The new Loaded Lion token has taken the market by storm, and it might even soon flip its native CRO pair. So what is going on? Well guys, I would say let's strap in and let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only Coinmarketcap, and this video is sponsored by WolfSwap, a great place to trade the Lion token on the blockchain, but more about that later. First, I want to take a look at what is just going on with that Lion token, because it launched only a month ago on the Cronos chain. But since then, well, quite a few milestones have been achieved according to their own team. For example, they also moved over to Solana and to Ethereum on Arbitrum. It has its own staking tiers now on their own website. Got a listing on Crypto.com. It got rewards now also on Crypto.com. They're working also on their game called Main City, but also a new season coming out soon. And in general, there's good things going on right now for the Lion token. I think one of the most noteworthy ones is also it crossing the 2.5 billion fully diluted value for market cap. And that is really what's been raising people's eyes, because with that kind of market cap, it might even be flipping the CRO token. If you go to other ranking websites like CoinGecko or Coinmarketcap over here, you would expect the token to be somewhere close to CRO. And CRO you can find at rank 37 currently. But where is Lion? You cannot find Lion anywhere here. And you really have to go to the search bar to look for the Lion token. And there you can find it, but there are also some red flags here with this warning sign. So let's dive a bit deeper at what is going on here. So zoom in. And we can see a few more warning signs here. When we take a look at the market cap, but also the self-reported circulating supply. And that one is very important. So it does mention here, the Coinmarketcap team has not yet verified the project circulating supply. However, according to the project, its self-reported circulating supply is about 100 billion Lion with a self-reported market cap of 2.134 billion, of course, that was. So that is also what it shows here, the market cap. But as long as it's not verified by CoinMarketCap, it will not show up at the normal ranking like what we see here with Bitcoin or Ethereum or, of course, CRO. And that is, of course, the most important question. So why isn't it verified yet? And therefore, we do have to take a look at also the tokenomics of the Lion project. Luckily, the Loaded Lion project has a handy dandy gitbook with more information also about tokenomics. And there it does confirm that also the max supply is 100 billion Loaded Lion tokens. So far so good. But the devil is really in the details, because you can find more information here about the allocation. Where you can see, for example, the community has an allocation of about 20%, but there's also community incentives, there are strategic partnerships, operational marketing, ecosystem reserve, and also liquidity. And what you can see, for example, on chain is that this has been completed, right? So there has been an airdrop to anyone holding really onto, for example, here, a Loaded Lion NFT or any other partner project. But if you take a look at the holder count really on chain, you can see there are a lot of big holders and even one holding exactly 5%. So you have to understand, guys, that a large part here, a large part of the Lion token is not fully liquid. It's not really circulating like what it does mention on any of the pages here with circulating supply. Because the Lion token is available on multiple chains, so Cronos, Solana and Arbitrum, and also available on the Crypto.com app and exchange, it is somewhat hard to exactly figure out how much is truly circulating. But let's assume about 20% is really circulating. Then we're still talking about a 400 million market cap token, which is, I think, truly respectable for a token that is only 1 month old. But of course, it does sound more sexy when you're talking about multiple billions of valuation. That's also why they compare it really to the Pengu token, for example, which also launched next to their own NFT collection. So guys, that is why in the media and also on their own X page, they will be mainly talking about their fully diluted value, which currently is about 2 billion. So is Lion really flipping CRO? Not really, in my opinion, but it doesn't mean that the Lion token cannot pump anymore. So let's discuss that after a quick word from our sponsor. WolfSwap is a trading platform directly on the Cronos chain, where you can simply buy or sell the Lion token. And if you make a buy or sell order, you also automatically participate with their contest, Well, they just launched Season 11. And you can also find on the leaderboard your score. And the higher your score, the more chance you have to win great prizes, like for example, a Loaded Lion NFT. Check out WolfSwap right now in the description down below. Before we go back to the Lion chart, I do want to share a bit of fundamental analysis about the Lion token as well, because I truly believe it's a game changer within the Cronos ecosystem. So I made this thread here on X, and do follow me there at the Coin Baron once it reached a 1 billion valuation. And by now the valuation has doubled, but of course the fundamental analysis has not changed a bit. Anyways, I started this thread with the following comparison, because the Lion token is not the first one to reach a very high valuation at about 1 billion or even more here for the Capybara token. So both these tokens went to a very high level, but unfortunately also collapsed quite quickly afterwards. So some people in the community are afraid that the Lion token shares the same fate. But again, I believe it is different this time for Lion. Well, that's for a few reasons here. And the first one being, for me, community. While the token is new, the Loaded Lion community is not new at all. This NFT collection has been around since 2021, and many of these people have survived a bear market so far. And I truly believe it is now a really diamond hand community, and luckily also many people holding on to these NFTs got an airdrop with the Lion token as well. So we've got a community with true diamond hands, and also a community that gets a lot of love. So for example, if you hold on to a Loaded Lion NFT, you sometimes get tickets to VIP events like here in the Champions League. You got, for example, a hoodie. So the Loaded Lion community, I mean, it is not just a community, it's also a bit of a brand by now. And people love to also showcase their Lion on Discord or on an X page as well. So honestly, a great community, but that's not the only thing. They also got quite a bit of utility planned for the token. For example, within their own game. This is Main City built within the Loaded Lion universe, and there's a lot of ways to use the token within this game, and there's also a lot of potential for growth of this game. And talking about growth, it's not just a game they want to grow with the Loaded Lion community. They also want to grow into other parts. For example, you can see on the roadmap a Loaded Lion debit card. You can see physical merch. And find out more about this roadmap, guys, in this complete deep dive about the Loaded Lion roadmap. So check that one out. I do have one more point though. So we've got utility, we've got community, but we also got a bit of timing, because this Loaded Lion token has been launched not that long ago. And I again do believe that we will have another alt season. So here in 2017, we got an alt season run. Here in 2021, we got an alt season run. And I think it will make sense that right here in 2025, we do have another alt season run. But there are some headwinds: QT, tariffs, and inflation. But I think so far I've talked enough about tariffs already, so let's skip that topic for now. Anyways, in conclusion, Lion has a loyal community, it has a utility with an exciting roadmap, and also a quite positive market outlook. And as a bonus, there's quite a thriving ecosystem as well coming up, potentially for the Cronos chain with also the new leadership. So things are looking definitely bullish for Loaded Lion token. So let's have another look at that chart. So far, the Lion token has been on an absolute bull run, going from about a 100 billion valuation to currently 2.1 billion. So we're talking about a 21x so far. So if you bought in low, congratulations. But so far, there seems to be no stopping to it as well, because if you can take a look here, we can draw a growth line and it keeps bouncing nicely whenever we touch this line. But I think the real challenge will be once we see more unlock. So for example, if you take a look at the airdrop arena currently, you can get free Lion tokens if you stake for the airdrop arena. So slowly, I think with the community incentives, more actual tokens will come into the circulating supply, and therefore we might see a bit more sell pressure. So I think we might see a bit of another test here at this growth line soon. If we hold though, I do think the sky is almost the limit, because I do believe also, because the main pair is together with CRO. So you can see the main pair is with CRO. And as long as the CRO token keeps going up in US dollar value, then also the Lion token might go up more in US dollar value. And personally, I'm expecting at least a 10x for the CRO at this point. So then also the Lion token might see a 10x, bringing the price from about 2 cents to about 20 cents. So that sounds crazy, but it's absolutely possible. The only thing here is that maybe it will break down in its W-CRO pair here. So then, of course, the question is, will it keep growing together with CRO? Even though I love the Lion token, I do believe that CRO has more utility. With, for example, the Cronos chain and also with the Visa cards, CRO just has a bigger reach and therefore also, I think, a bigger market cap in the end. Having said that, guys, let me know what you think about the Lion token. Do you expect maybe a flippening, or do you hate the Lion token? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't seen the Lion roadmap yet, definitely check out this video as well.